In New York City, about 60% of our households are comprised of 1 to 2 people. And in Manhattan, 45% of one person. In the community district 6, where our pilot project is going to be built, that number is 70% living alone. And what's interesting is that this is spread across all ages, a lot of it different demographic indices. You would expect it to be young people. I think this is the common misperception. Our phone was off the hook after we won the competition with people who wanted to be on the lottery. Some of the units are affordable, this is why, and housing preservation and development are going to oversee this. And a lot of these were elderly people or divorced. This is perfect for me, and so on. Of course, we redirected all these people to HPD. So basically, now the result is really that there's a dearth, a shortage of small apartments in New York City. There are 1.8 million households that need small apartments, only 1 million studio or one-bedroom apartments, so that's 800,000 opportunities, basically. So just to get to our project really quickly, as you mentioned, Emily, it's 55 units. There are 3 key issues that are important to us. One is replicability, that it should be some sort of prototype, something somewhat generic and yet innovative. It has to be humane, of course, and this is why we entered the competition. Initially, my wife and partner and I thought we were a little unsure about entering the competition. We had lived in a 350-square-foot apartment in the East Village for a few years. But we saw an opportunity to create a humane architecture around this problem and to address the actual problem of people living in illegally subdivided or inhumane apartments across the city. Hundreds of thousands of people have a view of a brick wall or no view, or sharing in unsafe conditions. And these sort of elude statistics. And really, I think the administration's progressive approach is to recognize this issue and recognize that the city needs to remain vital and build for these opportunities. Some of the issues going forward are affordability. It's trying to address that. This can be legislated, and it will be to a certain extent. But I think the larger impetus is to provide options to New Yorkers and people across the globe, so that the market forces eventually lead to more affordable apartments. Our design includes, as Emily said, units ranging from 270 to 350 square feet. What we've done is created really great ceiling heights, 9'10", which is about 3 meters, and very large sliding glass doors, lots of overhead storage. But more importantly, when you live in a small apartment, you need to live beyond your 4 walls. You can't really live alone. So I think these new micro-unit projects are opportunities to create new social spaces. So the public spaces throughout the building are suddenly become very, very important, especially for the elderly, but really for everybody. And ultimately, people will be living in the heart of dense cities, so they're going to benefit from that. And this addresses issues of urban sprawl, transportation, larger systemic issues that go well beyond the scale of the apartment.